Arthur said the word.
Huh? What did?
Arthur said the P word.
The prediction. You're going to say, guys, what's your prediction on the score?
All right. Yes, prediction.
Who goes first? I go first. I know what I have to say.
Okay. All right.
Winnipeg is going to win.
Well,
hate to say it, guys.
Well, you've got to say that because you said that we're gonna lose how many games?
Well, I thought we were going to go 3-3.
Okay.
So I thought they would lose in Edmonton. I thought they may lose in Saskatchewan, but they might lose like one of the other two games. But I thought I had this as a loss.
Yeah.
And although they're playing better, and I'm really happy they're playing better, and the fan in me wants them to win.
Yeah.
But as the analyst in me says, I think they still need to improve on a few certain areas where Winnipeg has the advantage in spades.
Yeah.
Like the intensity that Roland wants, the smash mouthness, the bigger, the imposing the will on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and then that running game with Oliveira. So those are things that can win you games just by themselves.
Yeah,
just by themselves. You control the line of scrimmage on both sides, and you have a dominant run game against an improving Lions run defense. But we'll see when the best running game in town comes in.
Yeah. And
let's see this test. I'm really interested to see that test, like what Roland said. Really interested to see this test of the run defense. And on the other side, can we get Smoke getting some yards on the ground as well?
Yeah.
Because that will help tip the scales in terms of, because the passing offenses, you can probably say they're about equal.
Yeah.
About equal. You could say they're about equal. I mean, BC has some good receivers.
Yeah, we do.
Winnipeg's got some good receivers. And
yeah.
Caleros is probably a little bit more consistent than Vernon.
That's the better word. There's a key word right there. You hit it.
And Lawler and Schoen and Dembski versus Hatcher and Rhymes and Hollins. You could say, okay, well, we have Lucky and Katoyas are 4 and 5. That might swing the scale overall.
Because they would have Peterman and
Bailey or whatever.
Wolotarski.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, but again,
Wolotarski. Peterman.
You're not throwing the ball to 5 receivers at the same time. You're throwing the ball to 1, right? And they have Schoen and Lawler and Dempsey. They can make plays, right? Yeah. So these guys aren't slouches. They can make just as good of a play as our top 3 guys.
For sure.
I think BC has a better depth.
Yeah.
But, if Zach's putting it, and Zach throws it very accurately.
He does, yeah.
And he throws it to Lawler, and Lawler's open. Lawler doesn't make the catch, right? Well, and it doesn't matter, like, if our number 4, number 5 receiver is better than their number 4 and 5. If Zach can consistently hit one of his top 2 receivers perfect, or very close to perfect, it doesn't matter. Those other receivers don't come into play. So
exactly.
The difference is the line of scrimmage and the run games. And is Grant back yet? Jadarian Grant, is he back yet?
I don't know.
No.
I
don't think so.
So that guy scares me. Well, that guy scares me if he's playing for Winnipeg or whoever their kick returner is, right? So, anyways, and then they know how to win. We talked about this before. Winnipeg knows how to win. This is the time of the year they ramp it up. They know how to win. They've done it. They've won the Grey Cup 3 years in a row. They won it twice. They should have won it last year.
Yeah.
So I'm in a very long-winded way. Winnipeg's gonna win.
By how
I don't know about
points?
How many. You're not asking by how many, are you?
Well, I mean, you might as well predict that too.
I think by 7-8 points.
Okay. All right. Winnipeg by 8. Arthur's prediction. Greg.
Okay. First of all, Leo's Legion. That's the guy there that said we're not gonna win. That guy there, the analyst. The analyst. I know he's a fan, though. That's why we love him.
For sure.
I'm a fan.
He is a fan, and he's a die-hard loyal fan. But he's got a computer up here that's just programmed to just call it by the numbers. But me, I go by emotion, I go by fandom, and that's it. And then just how things execute with X's and O's as the basics and fundamentals of the game go. But I'm going to predict a BC win. Because I call them at 5-1.
Okay.
All right. The loss you haven't predicted a loss yet.
No.
All right.
Because to be the best, you got to beat the best, as the saying goes.
For sure.
And if you don't do it till this week, then when are you going to do it? Next year when the Grey Cup's here?
Oh, they did it in week 3, but that does go
again. That's already happened. Just let go of that. Let go of your Knicks coming back, man. Done. If they don't do it this week, when are they going to do it? You guys say they're building up to the Grey Cup being here next year. Well, that's fine. The Grey Cup's here next year. If you haven't figured out how to win by that time, ain't going to happen. You got to do it now.
Next year's next year.
You need the emotion. You need the swing. You need the momentum. You need to do it now. Whether they get to the Grey Cup or not part of my equation right now. They need to beat Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this ain't a make or break a game. I cry bull beep. It is. This makes or breaks who these Lions are from this moment forward. Right? Oh, great, we lost. Now we need to know what we need to do. Well, no, because then you're really starting all over. You need to beat them now and then tweak it a little bit for when you got the game coming here. But you need to beat Winnipeg. Yeah, they got the big heavies up front, and I know we've likened it to an NHL game before. Right now, the Lions, D-lines and O-lines, kind of like the finesse Oilers of the 80s. And until they learn to play heavy, they didn't win. So these guys, yes, small and quick, they got to be nasty. They got to be tenacious. They got to be alpha male dog dominant. Yeah, if Stanley Bryant outweighs you by 70 to 80 pounds, then you got to get lower than him and pick that mother off the ground and get to Zach. So I'm predicting a win
by
our Lions.
By how many points?
4.
4 points. Okay, so we're going to be close.
I'm not sure how they're going to win, but anyways. But you're saying that they have to do it because this is the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean...
And they have to conjure up something they haven't shown consistently since week 3 to do, right? This is what I'm so basically you're counting on them to reach deep to do it. And they haven't shown it since week 3.
They have to. And
I agree. They have to do it.
I'm predicting because they're going to find whatever it takes, because that's the fan in me, right? But yes, all things point to they're smaller on both lines. They have no run game, and the quarterback may have thrown more yards, but he's not as consistent. Because again, I was thinking while you guys were talking, if we come out strong but go 2-0, we're doomed. We need to drive, and whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, we need to drive.
Yeah.
We need to continue to be on the field at least the same amount of time as our D.
It's actually not really the 2-outs. It's the interceptions. It's the interceptions that really matter.
Yeah.
The 2-outs, matter.
Well, it does too.
But it does too. But if you're throwing, you have 16 interceptions versus 11. That's a lot more. And you've got what? Double the what? Yes. No. I mean,
it's a momentum. But
I mean, you're losing 30, 40, 50 yards of field position on a potential. I mean, you don't know how deep that interception is, but you're losing a significant chunk of yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we need to we just need to stay on the field, driving the ball and getting something. Period. Because again, one of the best ways to defend an offense, keep them on the sidelines, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I hope the defense has gotten out of their heads that they're the best defense in the league, because if they were, we'd be undefeated by now.
Yeah. Well, they haven't said it. They haven't said it for a long time.
I know. So hopefully they don't listen to all that, but no, I'm predicting a BC win by 4.
By 4. Okay.
All right. Well, we know where Roland's going to ride. Right. Mr. 6-0.
So let me. For sure. I'm predicting a win, but I'm going to justify it. So the analysis that you provided, Arthur, I agree. So no, I'm not going to downplay that. I think you got the analysis right, but I think we might be in for a pleasant surprise, and I'll tell you why.
Ooh.
Adams knows what he needs to do. He said this week he can't throw any more interceptions. And that's what he was focused on coming into this week, and he did it. right? No interceptions in Saskatchewan against Saskatchewan. So I think that he'll be able to maintain that. So that's one thing. What you say about Winnipeg is true. They know how to win, but Winnipeg is losing more and more of their shine as the season is progressing. So they've passed their peak, and of course it's still high up there, but they're past this peak, and we've seen different chinks in their armor, and I think we're going to be able to exploit some of that. So we know what our weakness is. Our weakness is we can't run the ball. So we need to devise strategies through the game, this game specifically, to counter that. And I think I'm putting my faith in our coaches' brains. We saw that one game where Ryan Phillips out-schemed the opponent, right?
He out-schemed the Elks. But yeah, they were on a win streak.
Yeah. And then no one knew how to stop them at that point, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I
Even
think
Winnipeg had a tough time with Trey Ford.
Yeah.
Well, they still beat them.
He still beat them, but they had a tough time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
they made it close. Yeah. When Edmonton made it close. Kudos to them.
I think our coaches in Maximic has been looking forward to this game for a long time.
He's been holding some things back. Really. He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
So that's what I'm thinking, and that's why I think I can justify the win, because we're gonna, number one, overcome our weakness. We're still gonna try to run the ball, but we're gonna do things where even if we can't run the ball that much, that we're still gonna have some other plays that would negate their Winnipeg's expecting that we're gonna be passing. And in terms of the defense, I think we know that if we can get Zach off his rhythm, then that goes a long way. It doesn't matter how good the receivers are. If he can't see them and he can't get the ball out, then it's not. That's what we did in winning the first game. So now definitely they adjusted, because the second game they killed us 50-14, right? So, but
we had no VA. We were down to our third string quarterback. Mind you, third string quarterback in the league this year.
That's true.
Short week.
That's true.
Don't forget short week, back-to-back road games, Arthur.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say that in the stats, but it had to be a factor.
Yeah.
So having said all that, I'm predicting a 10-point win by BC.
Yeah. I hope you guys are right. 10-point win.
Well, I hope some of the defensive players also have some venom in them. A bad taste for what Winnipeg did to them. I mean, running up, just the arrogance of the Winnipeg Poop Bombers. I can't get that taste out of my mouth. So, I mean, these guys get paid to play this game. Their egos, their pride, go get it back.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm in my mind, I know that your analysis is pretty bang on, but in my heart, I'm hoping that my prediction is right.
My heart, I'm hoping you're right, Roland. Brother Roland. For sure. 100%, I hope you're right.
Boys, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take the Lions to have a bigger heart than the Bombers.
Yeah, for sure.
To equal out that analysis, because Arthur is bang on, as he usually is. So, Lions fans out there, Leo's Legion, subscribe, like, and come and agree, come back us up, come support your team. I see you guys all in those forums cheering the Lions on. Well, come on, put your money where your mouth is. Step up, get on one of our platforms here at 3 Down Bros, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is. Type it, voice it, write it, yell it, scream it, sing it, whatever. We got to beat the Bombers this week.
Yes.
And 2 out of the 3 of us think we will.